Hey everybody, welcome back to Jönköping, Sweden. I promise no more rapping for the moment. We absolutely promise. But we are here at Dreamhack 2011 Summer Elmia Convention Center, an amazing event going on so far. 2 full days, or a day and a half so far of carnage in the League of Legends on Summoner's Rift. Just going up for the Season 1 championship here. $100,000 tournament. We've already had 3 teams now to go home, sadly. It's something that has to happen. Game finally falling.
But Game is still going to play for the fifth place.
Yes,
but
indeed.
Yeah, they have no chance to actually win the tournament anymore at this point, unfortunately. As you can hear as well, I got a little excited yesterday. It happens, so I'm just going to sound like a squeaky duck today.
All right, sounds good. Let's see what we got on our picks and bans. We'll see if we can get these guys going right now.
Yep, the team seems to be ready. I'm giving the go right now.
All right. I'm going to throw down a little info here just to clarify. We're going to give some of the numbers. We'll give the actual numbers later, but we'd like to let everybody know what's going on in the stream and what happened. Unique means new clicks. A new person has viewed it. And we actually had 900,000 unique views on the stream yesterday, which is absolutely amazing. 184,000 concurrent, which means watching at the same time, which is absolutely amazing. I'd like everybody to give themselves a round of applause because I know you guys also helping out your friends. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for this. Congratulations and great job to everybody here. You guys are also helping this out down in the LAN center, watching on your computers and whatnot. Also up here watching the games, and we could not have done this without the community. Right now we got these guys setting up for their picks and bans. We're going to see what they're doing.
Well, also, unfortunately, we had a player drop out.
Team switch.
I think the teams are actually in the right order this time, but we did have a player drop out of Champion Select, so I can see a couple of admins standing behind us over there, so it should be fixed any moment.
Resolved instantly. Also, Riot Pendragon and Riot Tamid. That is going to be Riot Pendragon and Riot Tamid on Twitter. Go ahead and do a pound esports, pound League of Legends to them to win your Viking Tryndamere skin. You're going to be doing that within the next 5 to 10 minutes, and you're going to have your chance to get it before it comes out on the 24th. So go ahead, get those tweets going out. I think I heard Pendragon got like 3,500 new followers in the matter of the time that we sent that out last time. So go ahead, spam those guys on the Twitter. And as we are jumping back into our picks and bans, we do have the obvious Alistar.
Yes.
Obvious Alistar is obvious. And the obvious Nidalee.
Very obvious as well. Yep. So that's the 2-star AP picks band right there. But we have not yet seen Shujai's Kragas this tournament, and that is the AP champion he became famous for. Amumu ban makes perfect sense against the... Amumu is just such a strong initiator, such a strong jungle as well. But Cyanide is actually more known for his Jarvan at the moment. So we'll see. Twisted Fate ban, probably against Big Fat.
Very good band so far, definitely countering each other well at this point. They have to figure it out what's going on. And we also heard that Fnatic said if, you know, they got first pick, or how did that go down?
So if they have first pick, they said they're going to leave Nidalee open.
Yes.
And pick her and play her.
Didn't
happen. See if they'll actually do it well.
Kind of went the other way.
CLG has first pick, so...
Indeed.
Vladimir ban, that's against XPeak, so they did pay attention to the fact that XPeak is now here, and a Rumble ban from the European team. Interesting.
That's another one we did hear for to come out for the Rumble ban as well. We were talking to Tree Eskimo earlier, and he said, you're probably going to see a Rumble ban in this game as well. St. Vicious in the jungle looks like he's going to keep Nunu, and they will get that as the first pick. St. Vicious is the jungler for CLG. Lamia going with Ashe, the AD carry already on the team, so we'll have to see how they really build around that at this point.
I expect to see a Jarvan pick for Cyanide right now because they don't want to leave Jarvan open for the American team. They can run Jarvan very successfully in top lane, whereas in the European team, Jarvan is the only remaining tanky jungler that makes sense. So I really expect the Jarvan pick right now. They should not leave it open and risk CLG picking it away from them. The Ashe is a little bit surprising. Lamia is much more well known for his misfortune. Interesting. Okay.
It could be the pick against Big Fat to take that Ashe away, and then there could be an obvious switch between these two again, and Anivia as well, not letting that go to Hotshot as well, or either, I should say.
Against Big Fat, Big Fat, I think the Anivia as well. Well, gonna have to see what their jungle pick is going to be then. There are many options. They're leaving Vayne open once more. Vayne has been dominating yesterday, but they don't seem to be very scared of her.
Oh, switching over to Sona.
Okay, that Swain is going to be most likely for Hotshot.
Yes, of course. We did see him playing Swain a few times in the regionals for North America. Playing it very well, usually getting a top solo to himself. We'll have to see if they actually get that hard carry in middle. We'll have to see if they actually choose to let Hotshot go middle with Swain in the end.
The Sona pick tells me that they are trying to do a mask disable strategy. They have the Absolute Zero from Nunu, they have Never Move from Swain, and Sona's Crescendo as well. That is very, very dangerous to Fnatic if they actually let them come in range. And CLG have shown that they have very good coordination with those kinds of strategies.
So those picks will be locked in, and we're going to see Chowster taking that for Hotshot GG most likely on the Swain. And XPK and Melisande to now pick. Looks like we have a Janna on the board as well. Now waiting for XPK. As we've mentioned before, finally here was able to make all of his flights and no delays on this time. Yeah. And now he's going to be playing in the game. We Will Feller was filling in for him yesterday and did quite a good job. But there it is, as you called it, you know, the Jarvan pick. And they actually picked it kind of later than earlier, but they were still safe on that.
Yeah, they were. There's probably a reason why CLG didn't want to pick the Jarvan away from them. It would have really, really hurt them because they need that tanky jungler. And with Amumu banned and Nunu picked and Alistar banned, with Jarvan picked, there wouldn't have been a strong jungler left, a strong tanky jungler left. Janna on Melisande Janna is Melisande's favorite support, so he's going to be happy. Janna Ash lane, famously strong. So that is good news for Fnatic for the bottom lane. And there's the Vayne now. They still left it open, but yeah, they can't really run a dual AD. And no, no, you're trolling. Come on, really?
We'll see what he does here. Possibly trolling. Hotshot actually going for Mundo, but you know,
Mundo.
Who says no? Shushay left the pick, and he does not have his Alistar. What are you thinking for Shushay at this point?
Gragas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be good. They don't have too much tank on their team right now. It's kind of an easily focused team. If you just go around Anivia's Anivia's ultimate is going to be able to kind of hinder that movement if they try to rush down any of the carries on the team. But
the trick is Anivia wall, Gragas ultimate behind the wall, push someone over the wall.
We saw that happen to Vlad within the replays that's going on.
Plus
during the day.
With the three strong lockdown AoE champions, you need dispersal, and Gragas has that dispersal on his ultimate, so I really expect to see a Gragas pick right now.
Indeed, so it looks like Chowster may take that Hotshot or possibly switch it around Hotshot or to the Mundo to Elements. We'll have to see how they do that. And he actually goes for the Malzahar. They do have quite a tanky team, so that Null Zone is going to help to break down that HP.
Against Mundo, it's probably a counter pick to Mundo, actually, if they are actually scared of Mundo. So Mundo, well, that was a good Mundo, wasn't it? What Mundo actually does is he shuts down a top lane, kind of like lane. Because you can
stand in the bush all day and throw cleavers.
You know what the ABCs of Mundo are? Always be cleaving. That is the ABCs of Mundo. And if you can do that, you can shut down a lane so hard. And that's probably what we're going to be seeing from Mundo.
So we see the switches around here. Cyanide obviously taking, as we called before, the Jarvan in the jungle. Lamia on Ashe. PK is going to be the one taking that Malzahar. Melisande, as you said, on his favorite support, I should say. Janna and Shushay going with the Anivia. Known for? Or obviously an AP player, but...
Absolutely, yes. He is actually known for his creative play. That there isn't much room for creative play with Anivia except for the walls. I mean, it's straightforward otherwise. It's R into E, you know? And do massive, massive damage.
Yep. So we have St. Vicious in the jungle as well. Big Fat LP is going to be taking that Vayne, as we thought. And Chowster, switching up to the Mundo as Hotshot GG takes Swain, as we thought before. And Elements is going to be the support as well. Usually, you know, playing the Alistar role, the support role, as always.
I hope that his W key hasn't been worn out yet, because he's going to be needing it. People joke that Sona isn't more than, you know, just spam W for massive heal. It's not as easy as that. With supports like Janna and Sona, which is Jonah, obviously, it's very important to decide when you want to use your ultimate in team fights. If you are going to open with it, if you're going to leave it for safe later in the team fight, and that actually takes quite a lot of skill.
Or you can pull the friendly Janna, as we've seen a few times in the tournament, where they just blasted the opposing team over the wall and the team fight is over. And you're not able to get any kills out of that. So you actually have to be careful when you use it as well, because it also can negate the fact you actually want it to have to happen, which is to debilitate what the person wants to do and push them over the wall, and they're able to get away. So we're going to have to see.
What's your prediction, Rivington? This is Europe versus America. This is the game that decides whether there's going to be 2 or just 1 European team in the brackets. I have a favorite in this game. I don't think it's
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
What's your prediction?
it's definitely going to be a tough game. There's a lot of health on the side of CLG, and they're going to be able to use that in their favor. Swain really being able to heal himself. Mundo with the ultimate also being able to heal himself in a quick matter of time. Nunu turn around, consume something right quick, heal himself up. So they're going to be able to get into a fight, poke around, and then just walk back out with any real heal happening to Fnatic. So they could just try to get in there, initiate the fight, let the cooldowns go down, get back to Sona, let Swain do his thing, even with a blue buff, and then they're right back in the fight, you know, with Fnatic 50% down.
We saw that yesterday from CLG.
Yep.
These sustained comps are extremely, extremely hard to fight against, and well, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see how Fnatic deal with it. And we are into the last fight of Europe versus America here in the relegation matches. Fnatic versus CLG. Round of applause for the teams.
So you can see it looks like all are kind of just heading out towards middle here. They're going to see if they can get sight, and they do. There's Vayne trying to go top, but she is seen. Big Fat will stop there. Cleaver going out, just misses Melisson there. So they're going to poke each other here for a little bit. A good shield by Janna onto Shushay. Would have stopped that Cleaver from doing too much damage. And as you see, as Mundo throws Cleavers, he is going to use a little bit of his health up. That is how Mundo works. Not being able to hit his Cleavers whatsoever right now. And he's just trying to poke around. It's not really going to cost him too much. He can just kind of sit back and do what he wants to do. He has Sona right behind him to cast off some spells.
What is Cyanide doing?
Dancing it around.
All right.
The quick slash D. So it looks like they really aren't going to initiate anything. No real jungle invasion here. We can see 2 wards, 4 wards. We have 3 in the hands of Sona and 1 in the hands of Nunu.
And
also,
if you
2 wards in the hands of Jonah. Yeah,
if you look
Janna,
at the items that we bought here, we really don't see that much of a metagame difference anymore. We see the difference in the picks, but the items that they start with are extremely, extremely similar at this point. Boots and 3 pots for all the carries, and the only difference here being the Jarvan. The jungler has to start with a cloth armor and 5 pots, whereas Nunu with his consume can actually afford to buy boots and a ward.
Yeah, that boots and 3 pots really seems to just be the taster's choice these days. If you are the carry, you're going to be able to stay in lane for another 600 HP and soak up the experience. The carry always being able to do a little bit more damage, you know, off the bat on the minion, so it's not as hard to last hit. And we're going to have to see, it's going to be Malzahar versus Swain in mid. That's going to be really good early lane for Malzahar. The Malefic Visions and just being able to attack Swain all the time. He is going to be able to regen a little bit off of his passive, though, and keep that mana buffed up. Anivia going top and not middle, so we'll have to see how that plays off against Chaucer, as he can just keep cleaving onto Anivia if he's not hit with that Ice Ball.
And bottom lane we have Ashe and Janna, a famous bottom lane. The shield obviously giving you a damage boost as well, which is just great on Ashe, who can turn on these slow arrows and keep putting out the damage for the whole duration of the shield, and the volley is also buffed by the shield.
You see Nunu kind of invading here, giving Jarvan a hard time. They both have their blues, so they're doing pretty well. He's just really trying to mess with the timing. He has to be careful that he doesn't really mess himself up as well. He's going to go up to the top here and see what they can do for some damage. Looks like he's going to rush this one quite quickly, get that Ice Blast off. Can he get the damage down? It's L1 and back, and he dodged the one from Shushay, and the Cleaver misses as well. Nice dodge there, well being slowed. Cleaver's coming up quite quickly. Wow, huge amount of damage. I believe he got a crit auto attack on that one. A very nice hit. Chaucer coming up quite luckily on that, and then they got the Cleaver to land as well. Another Ice Blast coming out. Could they have the first blood here? And a flash has been expended by Shushay as they are playing a very aggressive top. Jarvan looking to come gather together here. And the ward in the bush, and he's going to let him know, yeah, I got that warded, and you're about to take some damage. He is going to try and force the push here from Shushay to come down, and it looks like they're going to be able to focus Jarvan. This could be first blood. Another flash has been expended. 2v2 situation, and very much so in favor of CLG at this point in time. Malzahar to come up now. Malefic Visions on St. Vicious, and this could absolutely go in the other direction. I don't think he's going to go down. He has quite a bit of health. Anivia down to a bar of health, about 50 HP on that one. Jarvan coming in with a flag toss onto Mundo, and it could be the first one. There it is, first blood in favor of Fnatic during this game. 4 minutes in, and it looks like Peak is able to come up big on that one. I'm going to start watching your screen because I'm a little bit in the future here on what I'm watching.
That's how you get your reps so good as well, because you actually get your rhymes from the future. Is that how it works? Okay, yes. Very good. Yes, that was very, very nice. That looked very painful for Fnatic at first, especially with all the harass that Mundo can do. And that's what I said, that's what Mundo does on the top lane. He just shuts it down. The thing is, Mundo in the top lane, the farm on Mundo is just not going to be useful in a coordinated game. Mundo is just going to be shut down anyway in team fights. And now that Fnatic Shushay has a little breathing room, he can actually catch up with creep kills then.
Yeah, that was a very good job. We saw Janna dropping some wards down bottom, so they're still already trying to get control of the map early in the game. Jarvan continuing to go around his jungle and provide his take down his wraiths again, continues his experience, and most likely getting a lot of experience from that kill as well. He did get an assist, and creep score right now goes to Vayne. That's going to be down bottom with the assistance of Sona. Usually you see that bottom lane at this tier, your support and your carry, one of your AD carries usually, or AP if that's how it is. And a good push here by these two. Sona doing a little bit of damage. Elements playing a pretty aggressive Sona at this point in time, and then just heading back into the bush, keeping that. You can see they're kind of mirroring each other's play right now in that bottom lane. The support in the bush and the carries just kind of duking it out. Few hits. There's Sona going back for some damage. Again, a very nice quick shield by Janna as well. And, you know, the gameplay is just going in favor of, at this point, obviously Fnatic, but one kill in 5 minutes in the game really is not going to mean much unless they can continue to carry off of this within the next few minutes.
It looks mid lane is slightly going in favor of Fnatic here with 34 creep kills for Malzahar to, well, 31 now for Swain. Malzahar needs to make something happen before Swain hits level 6 and gets a blue buff, because at that point you just cannot.
He actually just
harass. Yeah, he just hit level 6 now. Once he has a blue buff, there's no way that you can out harass him anymore, because he just turns into a giant bird and eats stuff, and that's, you know, that's not pleasant for stuff. Bot lane, again, very nice aggressive play from Sona, like you mentioned. This is a big difference between Europe and America, that the supports in America are much more aggressive than in Europe. In Europe, they really just sit in the bush and do nothing. And I believe that America actually has the better idea here. The support needs to play aggressively to keep the enemy carry from farming.
Especially in a situation like this, you have Sona versus Janna. Janna, no real sustained heal to give out to her team. Sona being able to do that all the time. I think I said Sona. Janna really not being able to get the heal to her team. Sona is, and you see very aggressive on that one, taking some damage, healing herself, and Big Fat as she gets back into the bush. Let's see what we have around the map. Looks like Swain and Malzahar are still in middle, and you can see that Fnatic has actually picked up 2 ignites once they saw that a Mundo was grabbed. So they're really going to be able to, they really have to adjust that for, you know, when Swain gets in the fight and when Mundo gets in the fight. They're not going to be able to use it on both on one, because that's not really going to help them out too much. So they have to be able to vary in which position they use that. And that's really going to affect some positioning. Missing the null zone, but he will get the ultimate on. It's not going to do enough damage. Bring him down to half health. Going to go ahead and use a pod on there. Hotshot stays alive, and PK trying to do something for his team there, pick up a second kill. It's 7.8 thousand gold to 8.2k right now in favor of Fnatic with the 8.2. A good damage by Big Fat as we see Sona dropping back. Elements has gone to base to pick up some more items and assist in that lane. It looks like Mundo has also backed in his lane. I don't think that up top Hotshot, or rather Shushay, sorry, has backed in his lane yet. So he's been grabbing XP the whole time. I'm going to head down to Mundo. He is level 6, however, so he's been able to get the experience required and still stay level in that lane.
Now, he definitely went back once to buy the makings of a catalyst,
yes.
But he did not die yet. No, he didn't even egg yet.
Right.
So yeah, he did have to go home once though, because he got brought very low. You want to keep that egg. You want to keep that for later. Nunu very aggressive here in Fnatic's jungle, taking the wolves there. And where is Jarvan? That's a good question. What is Jarvan doing? Oh, it looks like Jarvan may have disconnected actually. Nunu is coming in for a gank mid here, but PK is safe. That's unfortunate. It looks like we have a Jarvan disconnect.
We'll see what they can do. Pushing bottom lane here, it's going to be Sona and Vayne again. They just have those minions around the turret. It's not going to be too much that they can do about it. Still trying to grab those last hits. As I said before, the turret can hit a minion twice. Usually you can kind of time it to grab that for yourself if the minions are also around it. But it's also good for knowing to dive the tower. A lot of damage going on to Ashe. The condemn against the wall, and it looks like she is able to make it out in time. Big Fat trying to pick up a kill for his team there and bring it to 1-1. We'll have to see what Malzahar can do. I think he's just laying down some wards, and he has gone down. Yes, he has actually laid down a ward down to the bottom of the jungle. near Wraiths on CLG's side, so he's going to have a little bit of an advantage there, knowing, you know, nobody's going to come from Wraiths and try to gank him in the middle. Null zone going down. He's trying to push the lane quite quickly as he's seen Swain has walked away. So it looks like XPK is going to try and get to that turret as fast as possible. Swain kind of hovering, and he is going to get donated blue right there. Very nice job by Nunu. Very smart team play as well.
And now is when that lane is just going to start going against XPK, because the Swain with blue buff cannot be harassed. It's just, it can't be done. You have to burst him down, you have to get a jungler in who can kill him, but because Fnatic's Cyanide disconnected there, unfortunately, that means he's not going to be high enough level to actually go in and do enough burst damage to just kill Swain before he can heal himself up again.
Right, still back in the game though. He was able to get back in quite quickly. Mundo and Anivia still kind of poking it out up top. Mundo does not seem to be hitting too many cleavers. He did get ice blasted once by Anivia, and that really helped him out. We see Janna going back down bottom to help out the team. Sona possibly laying a ward in that bush, but being seen, does not know there's a ward right where Elements is standing. But it looks like no movement is going to be, nobody's going to converge on that position right now. But mid, and it is going to be the null zone taking down, finally, you know,
nice.
Once, twice, 3 times a lady. He got it on the second one though, and he was able to take him down, getting him in the null zone that time. And you can see where the percentage damage really comes into play, especially with somebody like Swain who can continue to heal himself, but suppressed by the ultimate, isn't able to do that as well. He's going to get Malefic Visions down on this. With a huge minion wave, he's going to be able to do a substantial amount of damage to this turret.
And here we can see the power of XP. He is arguably the best AP player in Europe, and it really hurt Fnatic yesterday not to have him in the team. And you can see he knew exactly how much damage he could do against that Swain. He knew he could jump in and actually get a kill before Swain can start healing himself up again. That gave him a fresh blue buff as well, so that's not bad. That doesn't suck.
And that is going to help. And actually, you know, we think about it yesterday, We Will Felfer was actually playing Malzahar as well. So they kind of built that team composition of knowing that Malzahar could still assist the team, even though it wasn't, you know, it was a sub on Fnatic. So still going strong with that Malzahar in the Fnatic lineup is something that they like to have. Swain back into his lane, not really losing too much on that one. Still both level 9 between Chushe and Hotshot GG. Missing the never move there. A little bit of an ult on Swain. Got him with the freeze. That's going to do some extra damage with that Ice Blast. And it looks like he is going to just gain that health back as he goes into bird form with his ultimate. XPK going up top now to go against Mundo, and it looks like at level 9 he will be able to do quite a bit of damage here, especially with that no zone under Mundo. As Mundo activates his ultimate, he's going to be able to stay in lane. You know, one of the lowest ultimate cooldowns in the game, and it's very effective in the team fight as well. At later game, in the later game, I should say, when your cooldowns are at max.
So it looks like Shushe just said, I can't handle that Mundo top lane, I'm going to need a switch. And since Malza was ahead, he said, yeah, I feel confident, I can take on that Mundo. And wow, that is a lot of damage there that Chaucer's taking for no reason at all, actually. And Pika being
an arrow hitting middle on Swain. There it is, Yasuo coming up all the way from the hands of Ashe. We'll have to see what they can do on this. Trying to get around Jarvan coming. Will he be able to get the flag tossed down? The beautiful wall coming out of the hands of Shushe. They're going to stick him in his own Cataclysm right there. Very nice job. An arrow cross map. Wow, a very nice shot coming out of the hands of Lamia. Playing that one off perfectly. They were able to get to him in time. And then really the wall from Shushe. Just beautiful.
And top turret is fallen. That is 15.6k gold against 12.7. That is a nice advantage. If Fnatic aren't doing badly at all here.
Yeah, 3-0 with 12 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, really helping him out. Mundo now forced to, you know, farm towards the bottom of his turret. He's kind of been pushed out of his lane a lot, so he can't really overextend and do what a Mundo usually does and just harass, not worry about anything, get out of there in time. Fnatic playing it very smart. The null zone plus an ignite, if he even wanted to kill Mundo, would be that much faster. And it looks like this mid turret will also go down. A quick silence on any of the minions. The null zone to take out any minions as they come up. And Hotshot is just going to kind of watch his turret go down. Unfortunately, it looks like Fnatic at this point in time has pretty good control of the map as they are continuing to push down these turrets. Nobody bottom lane as Big Fat, LP, and Elements just farm up by themselves here, and they're trying to push down into Swain. They want to stop this minion wave right now, and they're
so
going
close
to keep
that
going.
So close. I don't think they had the flashes. Actually, they did have flash ups, so they could have killed Hotshot on. They could have killed Hotshot on that arrow hit, but now they are safe enough to go for a dragon, and I don't think there's very much that CLG can do against this right now.
It's going to be the first dragon control here. It's going to be 6 minutes after this goes down. That's going to be 19:45 when the next dragon spawns. I've said this before, and just those few seconds of you knowing that dragon is coming up. Also, CLG does not have a ward on that. You know, that 10 seconds it's going to take you to get to Dragon is the 10 seconds you're going to need to grab it and also initiate a fight after if you have to. So if no ward is placed there by CLG, they're going to easily have that in the next 6 minutes. And we are going to go up top. Mundo overextended, as I said before. We're going to see how this goes for him. He may have to activate his ult, and they're not really going to go for it since they don't see too many members of CLG on the map right now. Nunu is actually quite far behind here. He's going to go ahead and smite. No, not even see the golems up top. And they do see him. They saw him as he moved past a few of those minions as they went down mid lane. I think he knows he was seen as well. And now Nunu is on the run with Blood Boil. Will he turn and go back up top? It's going to be a cat and mouse game here with St. Vicious in the jungle. He does not have that much mana, and it looks like he's going to force himself to go down, possibly trying to get all the way to the fountain. I don't think anybody's blue pilling at this time. He will not have his flag toss, so possibly if he can get down his slow, that debuff could count for him, and he's going to go right into the turret and be executed. Very smart idea by St. Vicious, not giving the other team money. He really wasn't gaining experience at that time, so he's just going to be able to get back. The cooldown, or the timer right now for the death is not that long. He'll be back in the game and right on his feet.
Okay, it looks like Pekin now going for the blue buff of the enemy team, and only Mundo and Swain around. I don't think they can stop him. Oh, they may actually give it to Shushe. Oh, and
Wow.
too much damage on Peaky. He has to flash over the wall. He is. Oh, he's actually gonna go down from the dot. Wow.
Yes, that was quite unfortunate, using his flash and still going down, but trying to get out. A valiant attempt at stealing the blue as well with Anivia on the other side. They weren't really able to see what was going down, so Anivia was also attacking, trying to get it for himself as well. Elements placing some wards down by Dragon, so now they know it's going to be in the next 4 minutes-ish that Dragon will come up, so that ward will go down before Dragon comes up. Janna are going to place that Vision ward down. Very nice, and they're just able to take it out, and that is something that, you know, plays on the mentality. You're like, oh, I just bought that ward, I just put it down, it goes down, you know, you're not really sure. Still, Vayne and Sona pushing bottom pretty hard as this mid turret gets taken down. Seems like they have a bit of control here.
Janna was there in time to defend the turret, and they didn't want to dive her because they didn't know how far Pike and Shushe were behind Janna, so that was a wise decision from CLG here. That turret wouldn't have gone down anytime soon.
A great turret control and roaming by the entire team right now. On Fnatic side, they have all their turrets up to two turrets down on CLG side at this point. And we will have to see Malzahar pushing mid, a little overextended, but he does feel confident with the ward placement around the map. They're going to be able to have good vision on this one. Anivia placing another one down in the tri-bush by bottom turret. And it looks like Jarvan and Anivia to take bottom lane up to themselves here, and they're going to have a quick push on this one. The ult from Anivia and the Q coming out of the hands of Jarvan. They're just able to wipe that minion wave out. Here, this turret's going to take quite a bit of damage, especially from Jarvan, just being able to slap at it a few times there. Anivia not really wanting to do too much damage to a turret, but you can see, I don't think Sona's going to be able to do anything on this one, but Vayne does come in, and we have Janna Melisande coming from atop a 3v2 situation here. It looks like Malzahar will also join the fight. Swain and St. Vicious as well. The turret will go down, but it looks like no fight will ensue in that. And I think I just saw an Ashe arrow fly towards the left side of everybody there. It looks like, yes, Ashe's ult is down, and a quick cooldown there. We can see it's just ticking down. So a missed Ashe arrow there could have initiated a fight. I don't think they really would have wanted that. The entire team of CLG there would have been nice to, you know, almost have that initiation if somebody got split off, but I don't think they would have been able to use it right off.
Yeah, and this is the time that CLG needs to start worrying about Baron. With the null zone from Malzahar, Baron goes down really, really quickly. And if Fnatic manage to set up in position and you have a situation like this where Vayne and Sona are out of position, Baron could go down before CLG can rotate up and protect it.
Looks like Ashe is going to go ahead and grab that red buff. Very smart move there, donating the buffs to the team that requires it more. Top lane pushing pretty good right now for Fnatic. All their lanes are actually pushed quite well and causing CLG to stay back in their lanes. It's not bad for them. They're gaining experience. They're gaining gold. It's really when Fnatic starts to push a mid lane and congregate somewhere in top or bottom when they can't start to farm is really when CLG is going to start feeling the pain of what's been happening here. And it doesn't seem like they've really been able to gain a foothold on this. The Dragon has gone to Fnatic. And like I said, CLG's ward was taken down right away by Janna as she put down the Vision ward. We're going to see Dragon coming up in 1 minute and 20 seconds about. So we'll have to see where the movement from Fnatic comes on that. Their ward has gone down at Dragon, but they do have wards that have are invading the jungle. Like I said, the bottom tri-bush and that Wraith ward. A missed Ashe arrow coming out of the hands of Lamia. Not a problem, but that could be a quick initiation for them. They still have Malzahar's ultimate. Nivea's ultimate to go down and Jarvan. So that's not really something you can say, you know, the arrow's down, that's a good time to initiate. There's still a lot of things that can CC your team down and shut down the people that you want to be alive at that time.
And never mind the fact that Fnatic currently have a lot more damage output than CLG. So CLG really should be cautious about picking fights at this time.
Very good job. St. Vicious noticing that, you know, they're taking down our wards with visions right now. They're going to have that Oracle soon. They do see that Janna has it. He picks up an Oracle Elixir by himself, and that's going to allow him to see the wards, the opposing wards that are placed in the map. And right now you can see them rat packing around together, and they're trying to clear those wards out. Power in numbers right now for CLG, as like you said, Fnatic with the damage output, and there they are, already a dragon. Like I said, being able to prep for that time, and it looks like they're going to go middle and maybe to take out Mundo here before they go for that dragon.
I think they'll just push back the minion waves so that they have vision of mid lane and can see if the enemy team comes for the dragon.
Smart. Good call.
Very smart move there.
So here it is, the movement already. Dragon should be up in a matter of seconds. There it is, 45.
Wow.
And bam, this is exactly what I said. You know, CLG has no idea this is happening. As you said, they push down the minion waves to get vision. Very smart play right now by Fnatic. That's 2 dragons to 0, 3 turrets to none, and 3 to 1 as we just crest the 20-minute mark.
And that's exactly the kind of play that I wanted to see from Fnatic. I mean, they are saying, look, we were playing without our full team yesterday. We unfortunately got knocked down to 3rd place, but that is not where we should be. Yeah. And we're going to show the people watching on stream and the people watching here in Elmia right now where we should be, which is, you know, I think at the very, very top. And they have been playing a pretty flawless game so far.
We'll have to see. They are getting a poke down on that. A clairvoyance going down on the blue buff. They may start to converge on this position, but it looks like it goes down pretty quick. If they still continue to get it, they did see the blue buff as well. And the Ash Arrow going down. Nobody's going to get that one. The blue buff is still alive. And Fnatic does make it there in time. They're able to take down that and steal the buff of CLG. Again, playing on the mentality, letting them know that we have control of your jungle. Try to farm your lanes, please.
Come and fight us. Come and fight us if you think you can. Spoiler warning, you can't. Jarvan was out of position, but there was no way CLG could have known that at that time, so they wisely chose not to fight there.
Looks like we're going to have a full team from CLG come in here, possibly going for the ultimate, and they are going to conduct the team fight here. The null zone going down on Hotshot GG. He actually did not take that much damage. The channel from St. Vicious, I believe he was stopped out of that. Cataclysm coming out of the hands of Jarvan. Hotshot just a few inches away from going down. Swain falls by the hands of Lamia with Ashe, and it looks like no really more kills have happened. Vayne and Swain have both fallen. Janna went down as the support, really, before she could get her ult off on that one. And it looks like that one definitely went in the favor of Fnatic, only losing their support. The damage output staying alive. So Janna, you know, pretty much doing her job in that fight to continuously save her team. They are pretty low, but getting away low is better than not getting away dead.
Oh, Shuche, please be more careful. That, you know, if that would have been a kill, I would have just taken off my headset, walked over there and slapped him. You don't blue pill like that. You don't blue pill with no health. But, you know, he's Shuche. He probably knows what he's doing. Probably, hopefully.
We'll have to see here. Jarvan just taking out those top golems. Malzahar back to the top lane. They do have low health, but he doesn't want Mundo to take damage or give damage to that turret. It is the lowest turret right now that Fnatic has at this point in time. The mid turret is the second. The bottom one is taking the least amount of damage. So as I said before, the roam control of this team right now, together, power in numbers, moving by themselves. Ashe all by herself in mid as Janna comes up and gathers together with her there. They're just doing a very great job of entire map control. Their wards have kind of faded out now on CLG's side. They have one over by the blue, and we'll be able to see that's what CLG can see at this point in time. They have a ward up top, the Tri-Bush by Baron, and one down by the Wraiths as well in that default spot. And a few wards down there in mid as well. There's one at the Wraith spot to cover their own self, taking the red and going for their Wraiths, and nobody's invading the jungle, as well as right by that mid bush on the left side. Looks like Anivia's going to go ahead and take down the blue on their side for herself. And Mundo still kind of overextending, wants to get experience. He did go down early. He has been kind of gimped on that situation, so he really wants to get himself back in this game. He is one of the more tanky characters that CLG has, but we're really seeing that the game that they're trying to play here with the heal, go back, get out, get in, get out, is really not working for them. Because the fight is initiated, and they're made to stay in that fight. Cyanide doing a great job of containing everybody within the damage of Anivia's ult, and that's really not what you want to be sitting in. You're CC'd, slowed, you're going to get hit with more Anivia attacks, and that's just going to double the damage that she's doing, or increase the damage, I should say.
There's one thing I should quickly point out, as we're not yet seeing a team fight, about the team comp on Fnatic's side. There is something that people often don't... Oh, actually, the Ice Blast catching Nuno there. He jumps in for damage on Nunu, but yeah, they should not go for this game unless the Ashe arrow. Wow, Ashe arrow hits Nunu as well. They may try to go for it. Nunu is a tank. You should not focus this much damage on a tank, but if you can take him out, of course.
Able to take down
And P
Nunu.
can take his zone out on the side as well. So that's 2 for nothing for Fnatic there. Great initiation there. Wow, what I was going to say is that they are running 2 APs, one of which does not require blue buff. You should always remember that in the team comps, if you run 2 APs like a Nivea and a Swain, you're going to lose the game because both of them really need the blue buff. And in this comp, only a Nivea needs the blue buff. Malza has his E to get his mana back, and that's why it's working so nicely for them, even with just 1 blue buff. The damage there on CLG's hotshot, look at that. He was just hit by a bit of null zone and his E, and he's down to almost half. Of course, he can turn into a giant bird and heal it all back, but still, it is scary what kind of damage Peak can do here in just a few seconds with 250 AP.
Yeah, PK, you can see that definitely bringing this Fnatic team together. They're very happy to have him back. And CLG now looking to try and counter this somehow. It's going to be at a forced Baron. They're really going to have to take that one over to turn this. They're going to have to start taking some turrets, get some global gold under their belt. Right now, about 8,000 gold in difference between these two teams at 24 minutes. 34,000 gold in favor of Fnatic between the players and 26,000 gold in favor of CLG. And we're going to have to see, this is pretty much the hardest push they've had on a turret, but easily Anivia wiping out that wave with her ultimate, and they're forced to back up here. I believe that dragon was taken down at 1945, probably around 20 seconds. It was 20 minutes it was taken down, so we're going to see a 26-minute dragon, and it's going to be quite soon for these guys. We'll have to see what they do. They both have wards on it, so this could be a forced dragon fight. Everybody is up on the map. Everybody's somewhat in position, and Nivea is the only one at base here. And we'll have to see what they do as it pops up within a few or 30 so seconds here.
I'm not sure if CLG have a timer, actually, to be fair. I mean, they may just be pushing mid, or they may be setting up for a dragon. I'm not sure if they timed it. They did see it go down, so they could have timed it. Yeah, they did time it. Oh, very good. I'm actually impressed that they did that. CLG is not known for their dragon timings, to be fair. And unfortunately, Fnatic is now in position. If they get into this fight like this, with the bulk of the team from top and Ashe coming in from the other side with an arrow, that is going to be so painful for CLG. But it looks like Fnatic are okay, and CLG just going to say, you guys go ahead, you have the dragon. We have no interest in gold. We are not capitalists.
It looks like they want to do something with this one. Anivia throwing the wall down, and she's not going to let them get by on this one. They were able to take the Dragon 3 now for Fnatic, but they are initiating the fight on this one. St. Vicious, again, being the target as Nunu, was not able to channel his ult. Sona also ulting as Jarvan jumps into the middle of the fight to try and CC the team down, and it really looks like CLG cannot gain focus on this fight. Swain also going down. If he does not die, but they're both going to flash over the wall on that one. Sona now elements to be found, and the team ace to come out after the forced dragon fight. Very nice job.
It wasn't even the forced dragon fight. Dragon was already down.
This is true, yes.
CLG didn't know that. CLG didn't know that the dragon could have fallen that quickly, and then St. Vicious made himself available, and perfect thinking on his part. He's like, I'm the tank. If they focus me, we win, right? No, wrong. You're going to go down in no time, and the team is still going to have enough damage for the rest of your team. So, I'm happy, Revington. I have to admit, I am happy. This is the Fnatic I want to see, not just because I'm a little biased for Europe here, but also because a little biased. But it's beautiful play, right? This is beautiful League of Legends. To see a team fight like that, it's just, these guys are ballsy, they're aggressive, they're going in, they know when they can finish CLG, and also, we're going to see 2 games, right? That's good.
Yeah, it could be. Looks like we have a quick update on 145,000 viewers on the stream right now. Also watching it with everybody here in Jönköping. It's an amazing event, and like I've said before, and I'll always say it, it's all for the community. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So
I wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for you guys.
Exactly. Huge thanks to everybody that is participating in the League of Legends community, loving the game. And it looks like we're going to have another fight for you here. LP taking a lot of damage on Vayne. Elements goes down instantly without being able to heal the team, and this is what Fnatic really wanted. The healer is out. Swain has nothing really to gain health off of. He will go down very quickly. PK is just chasing him in cat and mouse right now. The blood boil to go onto Hotshot GG, but they don't even care. He gets him within the range of the turret. No ultimate coming out of the hands of Hotshot. He goes down, and a very nice job by Jarvan as he comes in with the flag toss. And it looks like they're able to take down 2, 3, and 4, and a few under the turret as well. They're like, it's a turret. I'm not really worried about it. This is exactly what they're saying. Expending all amounts of mana. We see PK getting out of there with his last drop of mana left. He knew he had to use it.
This is free Baron.
Yeah,
free
this
Baron
is definitely
right
a free Baron. They're going to go up there. More gold, more XP. Fnatic playing a stellar game right now, and it looks like, yes, we will have a second game.
16-2 the kills right now. This is Yeah, I mean, I was a little worried about the top lane. Shushay being shut down a little bit by Mundo early game, but they came out so strongly. XP dominating that mid lane against Swain so hard. And boy, am I glad XP is here now. I'm almost glad that he didn't make it yesterday, because this provided us with a much nicer narrative. People were like, oh God, Fnatic have no chance. No, they have a chance. They have a pretty good chance. Yeah. I'm still saying we're going to see Fnatic in the grand finals here. That's
definitely turning the tables in their gameplay at this point in time. The mentality of the team is just so cohesive, and they're able to come together in every team fight, knowing what somebody's going to do. XPK seemed to be, running away by himself there. They did see Nunu. They saw a hot shot by the turret, but XPK still throwing off his ultimate, and the team knew what to do. They weren't worried about it. They went in, they got 2 more kills, and they were able to come out of it alive. Right now, 15,000 gold difference between the teams in favor of Fnatic.
That is half of the gold that CLG has in total.
Indeed, yes it is. And ward control, not really being worried about. They do have some on the blue side, which is really the AP team of CLG right now is trying to grab a lot, and that's where they've been losing most of their fights. They are initiated on at blue. There's been at least 3 team fights that have initiated there. 1 was an ace. The last one we saw was 4 down for CLG, and XPK here leading again, just being very aggressive as Malzahar, getting caught in the never move. Will they initiate the Anivia wall behind, and there's no escape. The null zone goes down, and so does Hotshot GG by the hands of Shushay with that huge percentage damage. The Ash Arrow coming down, slapping Chowster in the face. Will they initiate on him? Janna getting her stun on as well. Malefic Vision's down. I do not believe Mundo is ignited, and he's able to use his ultimate to stay alive in that one. The proc of St. Vicious channeling his absolute zero keeps the rest of the team alive. They're definitely able to get together on that one and stay alive, but they should not be around this turret, as it can be easily tanked up quickly. Ash focusing on one other. They flash past the turret. They continue to invade into the base. Vayne goes down as well. Just a relentless Fnatic team right now, leaving everything to chance, putting it all out on the table, and they're going to bring this definitely to a game 2. It's going to be pretty long spawn times here. They're definitely going to be able to go for the inhibitor, and a huge amount of damage. They're going to be going for these Nexus turrets as well. If they can get to one side of the Nexus turret and possibly take it down. Oh, Swain with the never move could shut them down on this. It is going to go for Anivia, and it looks like Swain will go down again, instantly melted by Fnatic. A very nice gameplay, able to take down both Nexus turrets here. A 31-minute game, a huge $20,000 lead in gold on the game, 21-2 on the kills, and a very big GG from the full team of Fnatic, finally poised and ready to head for that finish line.
They showed what they can do now. That is exactly what I was looking for, and that was just beautiful execution. Everything worked exactly as they wanted to. The big targets always stood in the null zone. They were always caught, and they have so many ways of keeping them in the null zone, with the Anivia wall, with the Jarvan ultimate as well, with an Ash Arrow, and that damage. There's just nothing that CLG could do against it. And honestly, the Mundo and Chauster, I don't want to say troll pick, because that implies intentionality, but less than ideal pick. Let's put it that way.
They were really going again for that health regen team. The in and out fight, it really didn't work for him, because they were shut down too much. You have Shushay that can use his blast, the ice blast, to just get somebody down, or ball, I should say, cube, to stun up. So if you're trying to heal somebody and you're stunned, obviously not going to happen. It just really wasn't working for him. You have Janna that can toss people up into the air, Ash with the arrow, Cyanide coming out with a Jarvan flag toss. It really actually shut down the amount of heal and sustain that they could give themselves, which is actually what they really needed. Elements was always taken down quite early in the fights, and we see that Elements coming out 3-1, 0-3-1 I should say, with not really any type of build. Not that they're supposed to get that much of a creep score, but still they should be on the assisting side with the heals they're giving their team. But like I said, the focus of Fnatic and the ability to shut down those sustained characters to heal the team was just amazing. A very nice job by Fnatic. CLG still not out of it. It's still a very favorited team here, and we're going to see what they can do. Obviously not going with that lineup for the next game, and we'll see what they provide.
I don't expect to see Mundo next game, to be perfectly honest. Even though it's my forum avatar, I don't expect to see him have a Mundo. And Cyanide, like I said during the picks, I was really astonished that CLG didn't say, well, we have an American meta, we can just put a Jarvan on top and take it away from them. Apparently they didn't know that Cyanide is such a good Jarvan jungler. Alright, and yes, we'd like to thank our audience again here. There's a lot of people sitting here right now. If you are a Dreamhack, do consider stopping by. It's amazing to see all these people sitting here watching us. Thanks very much to all of you here, and applause. Give yourself a round of applause. And I believe we are going to cut to the loser interview very soon. If we are not, we could cut to the score screen and have a quick look at exactly what happened with the scores. Let me see if the voice in my head is going to tell me anything. So we are going to have a quick look at the stats. We are going to cut over to our stats screen, which has a very beautiful Season 1 branding on it right now. I believe we're going to cut over any moment now. And so we can see CLG with his Mundo didn't do too much, 0-3-1 there. It didn't work for him. He built a Warmux, which does make sense on Mundo, but too late. You know, he could not fill that Warmux. And what we saw actually, I thought the only mistake that I saw from Fnatic was when the Ash arrow hit that Mundo at the tower, they walked past Mundo, tried to initiate the rest of the team, and then changed their mind and initiated on Mundo, because you can ignore Mundo. And their first instinct that they should have followed was just ignore, you know, move on.
Really a really focused damage character, like you said, able to walk by, and he really can only do so much damage right away.
Yes, yes. Big Fat Lip here, building a standard Vayne build and just not having any luck, 0-4-0, no assists, no kills, and that just means you're going to be so much further behind. I mean, look at that. He had a Bloodthirster, which is the second cheapest Big Fat Sword, big BF sword, I should say, item.
The big fat sword.
Yes, that's what we're calling it now. That's what the F stands for now. And the seal, while on the other hand we have an Infinity Edge of Fundamental and the seal on the carry. So 4-0-10 doing a lot better than 0-4-0. The Nunu building standard gold per 10 items, which are powerful if the game goes long. This game was what, 30 minutes?
30 some minutes, wow. Yes, 31 minutes.
So these gold per 5 items, they just weren't worth their money here.
Yeah.
Same for the Rod of Ages. It probably wasn't charged yet. So again, 2-7-0. He is the only one who had any kills at all for Team CLG here. And it's just, it wasn't happening for them. While on the other hand, we see a perfect jungler build here with already a Banshee's Veil and the makings of what I believe would have been a Sunfire cape here. Lamia we already talked about. And Peak and Shujay building the standard AP stuff with a Death Cap and a little bit of Spell Vamp. And finally a perfect European support build here. So everything worked for Fnatic like it was supposed to, and CLG not as much. And I think we should give them a chance to talk about this themselves. So we'll
cut over. They have to say.
Yes, we'll cut over to an interview with CLG.
And what an exciting match that was. We're here with PK from Fnatic to just talk a little bit about that last game. Congratulations, first of all. I know that first blood had to feel good.
Yeah, well, it felt so great. It's the first game I played here in Dreamhack because I couldn't play anything yesterday. So I was super sick in my hands. And when I got the first blood, I really got a bit relaxed, and everything went way better after that. Everything.
Well, you're not out of the woods yet. You still got one really important match coming up right now. What's the general mood of the team coming into this last game?
Well, this match, it's good to make ourselves confident that we can do it if we play good, like we did right now. So we will play without nerves, kind of nerves, because it's an important match, but we will do the best for sure.
Well, best of luck to you, and stay tuned. We're about to start the second game. Back to you guys.